Hi, my name is Stephen Keller,
I'm Dustin Hamrick.
and this is Two Dudes MTG.
Ow.
I promise to bring you the best drunk magic news we possibly can.
Yeah.
So, this is our first real video that we put up aside from our small introduction. So, I think we've already told a little about ourselves.
Absolutely.
I'm the aggro player. He's the control player. He's got a little longer of a record than me, but we're both working on it. And we like to sit around here a lot at night and drink and play Magic and talk about Magic. So we figured, hey, why not bring you guys in on the
Maybe somebody wants to listen to us talk about Magic.
Maybe, because we're pretty
funny.
drunk most of the time. So
let's get right into it, Steve.
absolutely. Conspiracy Take the Crown. This set looks so fun. I was okay with the old Conspiracy set. I drafted it like one time, and it was all right. It was weird. Also, the shop that we played at, like the guy who was running it that night didn't really know how to play it, so we were only using one Conspiracy card. We didn't know you could use multiples.
Yeah.
So now, I wish I could have drafted it a little bit more, maybe opened some more packs from it, because there were some really cool cards in it. However,
I liked it for Commander, especially.
yeah, there was some really cool Commander
Marchesa
stuff.
is my Commander right now, and she came from that set.
Marchesa was probably the
hats
Commander
off to
from that
Dethrone.
set. Yeah, Dethrone was amazing.
Yes.
And
nice.
now, I'm just calling this set the apology for Eternal Masters. Take the Crown. Oh my God, there's so many. What we're going to talk about tonight is the reprints from it.
Yeah.
There
have
been so many cards that have come out that have just been insane. I want to start off with Berserk.
Yes, Berserk.
I'm an Infect player.
Yes.
A modern Infect player. I don't have the budget to move into Legacy quite yet. I've been working on that. So now when I see Berserk getting printed,
now there's hope.
There's hope. Because that card, it's what, like a $40 card?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's ridiculous, but...
And I believe it's the first time we'll see foils of it as well.
Yeah, I'm very possibly.
Those things are going to be expensive.
Yeah. Oh, God, dude. So that's really cool. This card in particular points out to me that they said with Eternal Masters that they were going to try to lower the price of Legacy.
They really needed to do something to make some of these cards easier to obtain and to get some new players into different formats and help
exactly.
And they had to do something. It's not going to do anything but strengthen the game.
It is, absolutely. There's a lot of modern cards that are going to be in this set too that we were really surprised about. Speaking of which, Birds of Paradise is getting a reprint.
Yeah.
Now this is like the 9th printing
art,
and it's the same art. Like they didn't change the card up at all. I don't, man. Like we could just get a new guy to redo it, make it look cool. You brought up so many new cool artwork for us from the set, and
show and tell.
Show and tell, like that. Oh my God! Wait, hold on. Wait, show and tell. Show and tell. They're reprinting show and tell.
Yep.
I've already had people tell me, hey, you get a copy of show and tell. You let me know. Like seriously, like that.
Foils are going to be ridiculous again.
Oh my God! Foil show and tell.
Foil show and tell is going to be.
That's going to be an $80 card. Easy.
Yeah. And we will step here for a second and talk about the new artwork.
So we like to showcase, or we would like to start showcasing artists every now and then, and the artist that we'd like to showcase tonight would be Zach Stella, the artist of the new show and tell.
Right.
He's actually done several cards. He seems to have been around since about M15.
M15, yeah. I think our oldest that we saw was like a Theros. You had
Colossus of Akros.
Colossus of Akros, and then in M15 you had the Theros.
The Sun Titan. Not Sun Titan. The soul of the White Soul.
The White Soul. You guys have.
Yeah.
You guys know what we're talking about, or maybe you don't. Here it is right there on the screen.
Yeah, this card.
There's that one.
This card. Anyway, so he also did the counterspell for Eternal Masters, which that's pretty cool.
Like that art a lot.
That art was really, really good. True Name Nemesis. Yep. Which, from what I understand, that's a great commander card. It's protection from target player.
Seems good to me.
Yeah. So he also did Cryptolith Rite, Gold Knight Castigator, Seagate Wreckage, cards we've seen recently a good bit in Standard.
Gold Knight, another great art right there.
Yeah, that's a really cool angel. Yeah. Like that is a really cool angel. I've never been a big fan of the card just because of the downside to it. Yeah. I feel like if
it's a burn spell.
It's a burn spell. It is. You're supposed to be killing your opponent with it, and then like have some form of deterrence. Yeah,
it's a vexing devil.
It's a vexing devil.
The expensive one though.
But this guy, so far, he's done some really cool artwork. They commissioned him to do a really good card, so I feel like
obviously they're putting a lot of faith in him.
Yeah, I mean to get this guy to do show and tell, that's pretty cool. That's a pinnacle card of Magic the Gathering, and I kind of feel like it's a bit of an honor to get to redo the artwork on a very, very popular card.
Absolutely.
So congratulations to Zach Stella. We hope to see a lot more really cool work from you, and hopefully soon you'll get to have your own pinnacle card. Yeah, you did your own original artwork. It's the first time the card was ever printed, and it just becomes amazing. Right. So good luck to you, and here's hoping to that. So back to the conspiracy reprints. Burning Wish. Okay, so it really interests me that Burning Wish is getting a reprint with the fact that we had Coax from the Blind Eternities just printed in Eldritch Moon, which is really interesting because you had Burning Wish go get target instant or sorcery, these from outside the game.
Yeah. And now we got one for Eldrazi spells.
Yeah, they made a specifically Eldrazi spell. So it interests me to wonder, like, do you put a Kozilek's Return in your sideboard just a Burning Wish for it when you need it? And then you run Coax from the Blind Eternities alongside of it, like Burning Wish and Coax in the same deck, so you can go get the kill spell that you need or the Eldrazi that you need.
Ooh. There's something that might be a Magic Christmas Land segment.
That might be a Magic Christmas Land segment. That just might be. Which we're going to talk more about our segments later on at the end of our show tonight. But let's go ahead and move on to our next really cool reprint, Inquisition of Kozilek. Yeah. All this artwork is so cool. Speaking of artwork,
we like the artwork.
I like it.
Like the artwork.
And
I've heard a couple people online say that it was kind of unusual and they didn't really know what was going on with the Kozilek thing in the background.
I actually did find a piece on this. Mark Rosewater said that I forget what the name of this new plane is or the conspiracy plane is, but
it's the same plane they were on last time. Yeah.
So he basically said that any card that was reprinted in the set is from its original plane. So Inquisition of Kozilek is from the plane of Zendikar, right. But that doesn't mean that there's going to be any Zendikar anything in particular in the set. Yeah. He just said that it's a Zendikar card. We put the Zendikar flavor art into it with the weird vampire with the Kozilek's little floating crest thing.
And that was some of the things I was looking at online, was that people were saying that, yay, we got cool cards like Inquisition of Kozilek that, wait a minute, doesn't really belong in the set. I mean, is it good for Commander? No.
Right.
Is it good for drafting? Maybe. Who knows if it's even that good?
Right.
And it comes out as a rare, so.
Well, I kind of feel like in a draft, it's really good. Because as soon as you know what somebody's on, like if you're because the conspiracy games break into 4-player pods.
Yeah.
And so if you go last and you open with Inquisition of Kozilek in your hand, you kind of get a feel of who's on what and know who to hit with it.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing,
Oh, turn one,
it's amazing. That's why. But I mean, because of the power level of the card itself, that's why it got reprinted as a rare.
Oh, absolutely. It needed to be rare.
It definitely needed to be rare.
Absolutely. But hey, look, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to sit here and say that, I wish that we should have had this come out in a different set because it don't match the flavor of the set. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I really like what they're
Reprint
doing.
the shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of cards that
especially in something like this, that it's not
Right.
a main.
Well, like I said,
big
this
lore that you're going to be.
this
following.
whole set is the apology for Eternal Masters.
Yeah.
And how it was cool, but it was so disappointing with some of the cards that we could have got, and
still no damnation. So
still no damnation, still no old Zendikar fetch lands.
Still no lands. Yeah.
And I mean, I get there's all these cards on the reserve list that it's like we really want a reprint of, but there, Eternal Masters just didn't have there was cool stuff like Through the Breach, Caracas, a lot of stuff like that was really, really cool, but it just didn't seem that. Yeah, it fell very short. It just didn't seem that solid. So you can really tell that R&D was like, we have all these cards that we want to reprint that we couldn't reprint in Eternal Masters. Let's take them and take the crown. Not really take the crown around them.
They didn't build it around it, but they just kind of shoved them in there.
But they picked and choose which ones to put in there and made good choices on it.
I agree.
From what I've seen so far.
Serum Visions is another.
Serum Visions is a really good reprint.
I think you could have put that in anything. Though.
You could put Serum Visions just I would like to see. I think Serum Visions would almost be fine in standard.
Absolutely.
Played. So I don't really see Serum. I don't see
Serum Visions is too high of a power level. So anyway, next up, Commander players should be excited about this one. Platinum Angel.
Platinum Angel.
Platinum Angel
seems
super good. Platinum Angel seems really, really, really
Here's
good.
the Platinum Angel.
Here's the Platinum Angel.
We love the Platinum
Commander
Angel.
players should be super excited.
Because I don't like you winning the game.
No.
And I don't like losing the game.
Who wants to lose?
Or vice versa.
And I mean, this is a card. No, I keep one in a trade binder, but I don't really know if I want to trade it or not. I've had it for a while. I just kind of held on to it. But every time I pull my binder out, usually somebody points to it and goes, "You want to get rid of that."
Hey, what you doing with that Platinum
Yeah,
Angel?
what you doing with that Platinum Angel? Exactly. You know what I'm doing? I'm putting it in a commander deck. So
Maybe. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You
I
don't
might
know.
decide to put it in this next one I'm about to make
So-
tonight.
So, but this is also another one that they missed a really big chance for some new artwork.
Yeah, I would agree. Don't get me wrong. The original artwork for Platinum Angel
It's
is really
beautiful.
cool. Yeah.
It's beautiful. And, foils. Once again, foils of this thing, always cool. Always cool to have. Any commander card, any blue card or any commander card that has foil versions that ends up getting somewhat played always has great value to it.
Yeah, I would agree.
So that's a really cool card to throw in there. And, with show and tell, and there's like a handful. Oh, Ghostly Prison. I almost forgot that.
Yeah.
That's actually a really big one to bring up. Ghostly Prison is a really cool reprint. It's what they're printing it uncommon in an uncommon slot, which prints I want to say like current copies are like $40 before it was spoiled. Yeah,
That's huge.
it is, and
I didn't
that's
think it was that expensive, but
Yeah.
that's
it's.
Wow.
I might be wrong about that. It might be a little.
well. Here's the price right here.
Yeah, this is what we looked into. Editing's great. So anyway, that's our list of reprints that we thought were really cool. We're still excited. There's still more cards coming out that we haven't seen yet.
There's a handful.
There's
yeah.
a handful. So you never know. We could end up with something really cool. Emrakul. Oh, Aeon's Damnation.
No.
Supreme Verdict. What? So anyway, now I think it's time for us to talk about the Invitational, Star City Games Invitational that happened over the weekend. Great games played all weekend. An amazing weekend. Let's talk about Michael Majors.
Michael Majors.
Michael Majors played
Man.
Abzan this weekend.
Yep.
and
he had a new card in it.
New card. He took 4th place with the deck, which isn't bad. I mean, top 4 in anything in an invitational is awesome because you had to earn your way there. It's not an open.
Right.
You didn't just walk up, pay your entry fee, and hope to beat out 100 other people.
Right.
You earned your way here to against the best of the best, and you had to know what you're doing to actually do well in any in like this.
Right.
So Michael Majors threw Grim Flare into his Abzan deck. That's
we kind of knew Grim Flare was going to show up in Modern in some sort of way. I mean, which is a powerful card.
It is, but I'll be honest, we didn't think much of that card when it first got spoiled.
I mean, as far as Standard goes, I'm not a big fan of the card.
Well, I mean, you don't really see it. It's playing in some green-black Delirium decks, but for the most part, you really don't see this card all that often.
There are people who really love it.
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody who has sat down and said, dude, Grim Flare is the card, you know?
Yeah. I'd rather play Sylvan Advocate.
I'd rather be putting Emrakul on the battlefield.
Yeah, I mean, you still play Emrakul in the same deck.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, at the 2-drop slot, I'm either killing something or I'm playing Sylvan Advocate.
But if you think about it, alongside Tormaglyph, that's
something
really big.
That's something.
Really, really big. You know, I'm surprised people aren't really running a Tormaglyph Sylvan Advocate build. You know what I mean? Like, let's play 8 Tormaglyphs. We're pitching cards into the graveyard and ramping at the same time to have an army of 4/5s just wrecking. Like, that.
I can see it.
You know?
I can see it.
But, I mean, they're both 2-drops. They both get bigger eventually.
Yeah.
Tormaglyph is absolutely better.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's the Goyf.
It's the Goyfer.
So you don't. It's really interesting to see this card pop up, and it did work. It did work. It was, you know.
He got the 4th place with it.
He got the 4th place.
And Michael Majors kind of knows a little bit about what he's doing. Maybe just a little bit.
But we're going to use this time to transition into a segment that we hope to have every now and then, called Get Good Scrub. So we are showcasing.
Hey, don't get us wrong now. I'll be the first to admit we're scrubs.
Absolutely. How many FNMs you top aided? Or not top aided, but first place? Not a handful. Yeah. But so it's really cool. It's always really cool to see a player who's you never heard of. You don't know who he is. But he stood up against the best of the best pro players and shined and came out on top.
And he was playing
elves. Fucking elves.
Elves?
Well, I mean, elves is a deck.
It is a deck.
Elves is a very, very good deck.
It chords.
It chords. It cocos. It ran 4 collected companies. It ran 4 chord, 4 collected companies. You're going and getting whatever you want, and then getting more.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's all the spells in the deck too. So
that was the only 2
creatures.
Yeah, only 2 instant sorceries. And wait, is chords an instant? Yeah, chords
a sorcery.
Chord sorcery. Okay.
If I'm wrong,
so many cards.
If you haven't piloting the deck.
Yeah, if you haven't figured out by now, we're talking about a guy named Liam Lonergan. Yeah, I wrote the name down. I'm reading a little thing off. Liam Lonergan. If we're pronouncing that wrong, I'm very sorry.
Sorry, Liam. Congrats, dude. But
he, in the quarterfinals, went up against Tom Ross, swept him 3-0. No problems.
Swept the boss.
Tom Ross has been running this dredge deck for a couple weeks now.
For a few weeks, yeah.
That, with a copy of Haunted Dead in it, which we're like, oh, fuck yes. Oh, God, Haunted Dead. Haunted Dead in Standard, Haunted Dead in Modern. This card for an uncommon is really, really good. It's so easy to cast. And I mean, if you're pitching a Haunted Dead to pull a Haunted Dead out of your graveyard,
anytime you're playing that card, you're playing a deck that is capitalizing on all cylinders with the abilities of that card.
Absolutely.
So
So it's really cool to see that popped up, but This guy took down the boss. This guy took down Michael Majors with his Abzan deck that he wrecked face with.
So here's to Liam Lonergan.
Here's to Liam Lonergan. Congratulations, sir.
Get good, scrub.
Get good. He got good.
He did.
He got good.
He got good. Damn it.
So that would be our Get Good Scrub section. So tonight, I guess that's pretty much all we have for tonight. So we're gonna run you guys through some of the extra segments that we're gonna have coming up in the future.
All right. So what we're gonna do is have several different side videos that we're gonna post besides our normal weekly show, which is what this is here.
Right. Now we talked about card art for a minute. Let's talk about that a little bit more. We're gonna try at least once a month.
Maybe. Yeah. We're gonna see what we can get in.
But
we're both working full-time jobs.
Yeah. We have lives. Like most Magic players, we have lives.
You have to be able to afford this fucking game.
So but what we want to do is at least once a month, we want to spotlight an artist who has just art that we've always just adored and liked.
Yeah.
Because there's some really cool art. I want to bring up Transgress the Mind because that
through the face.
Oh, it's so cool. Like whoever, like I can't even remember the guy's name right now, but that art to come up with that. With the idea of what about a dude like an Eldrazi thing reaching into the back of somebody's head?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's so cool.
Cool.
What's the counter spell where
Harmless Offering?
Harmless Offering, dude. Have you ever looked at that card? Take a closer. If you've never taken a closer look at that card, take a look at it. Like pull up a full-size picture of it on your computer and take a good look at it. Yeah, like we'll put it up there. So yeah, that art's crazy, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to spotlight at least one artist a month to just talk about the guy and show us several cards that the guy's done.
Oh, wait a minute, or gal. It could be a gal. You don't know.
Could be a person.
Someone.
We'll spotlight a person. So, you saw our Get Good Scrub segment, which that'll come about whenever a new player pops onto the scene, does something that every
really
amateur player ever wants to do, like win a big tournament, win an open, anything like that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about accessories and merchandise, like
what we think is the best deck boxes or
binders, any
new
kind of
cool
accessory.
playmat comes out.
Cool play mats, all that good stuff. New companies that come out that sell accessories.
This quality products.
I might even talk about dice. I play a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons. You never know what I might come up with. So there, any gaming accessories, anything that could protect your cards better. Just hold all your stuff together. Anything like that, we're gonna try to dig up and talk about.
We're also gonna have a little bit of a judges type segment where we're talking about we're gonna call it That Just Happened.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be unusual mechanics or things that might happen in the game that seem like they might not be correct in the ruling, and we will show you why it's right and why it's good and especially things that are relevant that you might have to look out for.
This is actually a thing. We have access to an L2 judge. So I don't want to be flooded with questions for this judge. That's his own thing. But if you find interesting, hey, what happens when you cast this with this on the battlefield? Ask us about it. Like that could be a thing that you guys could bring up to us, and we can have a whole segment about it.
We would love that. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want to start chatting with us, commenting below,
and hey,
letting us know some things.
We might even bring the judge in. We might even bring the judge in, have him sit down with us, and have a segment because we're going to do a Twitch stream too. This is supposed to evolve into a Twitch stream. So we'll have segments where people come in that you can talk to that are somewhat prominent in the Magic community. We know a few people, shop owners, judges, so on and so forth, where that they can come in and just answer questions.
Yeah.
Because you know we want to communicate with other players out there too. We want to know what you guys think about what's
It can
going
be a
on.
complicated game.
It
There's a lot
can.
of ins and outs. There's a lot of things going on, and for the people who are just getting into the game, if you learn the rules and get some info, and a little bit further insight, and it's just the more you know, it's going to help you.
Exactly.
It's going to help you.
And that's what we're here to do.
further.
That's what we're here to do is educate people a little bit about the game. I mean, everybody who plays the game knows something about it, or at least
Right.
thinks they do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, if you guys can educate us too, if we say anything wrong, flame us as hard as you can in the comments. We take criticism very well. I mean, I'm waiting for the fuck you guys. That's all
I
I'm
don't
waiting
care.
for. And we're gonna look at you, and you know what my response is? My response is this right here.
Wait, we don't want to pay them any money.
Free advertising.
Oh yes, free.
Like
I
where
got it.
they would be paying us money to drink it. So that my answer to haters. Right fucking
Haters
here.
gotta hate.
If you got haters, you're doing something right.
And yeah, we got training wheels.
We got
It's
these
whatever.
aren't training wheels. This is like you start
I
the
just
fire,
enjoy
then you
it.
put it out.
I just enjoy drinking Coke. That's only like one swig. And
So yeah. All right. So other segments. We're into the show now, guys.
yeah.
What the F is this S? We're gonna have a segment. It's called "What the F is this S?" where we're gonna bring up a mechanic. I think we talked about
We
this
did.
in we're gonna bring up a mechanic and just basically rip on it as hard as we can, or a card,
Or
or
a card,
anything
yeah.
ridiculous. Like
Especially if something new gets spoiled and it's like,
what? What is this
Why?
bullshit, dude?
Why'd you-
Like, why did you do this? I mean, Coke's from the Blind Eternities is almost a "What the F is this?"
It
S in
almost
the
is,
first
yeah.
place.
Mhm.
But and then the mythic fucking conspiracies and Take the Crown.
Yeah. What?
Perfect examples. So we're gonna talk about crazy shit, and I'm gonna go ahead and warn, I'm gonna go ahead and warn again. Horsemanship is some bullshit.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. There are Commander players out there that I'm
You know what we're
sure
talking about.
I mentioned the name Horsemanship, and they're like, "This bullshit." It might as well just say fucking unblockable, because nobody's running that shit.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do some separate videos. We're gonna have Magic Christmas Land. Everybody's lived there at some point. You sat there and thought about this really stupid deck that you're like, "Oh, dude, you take these 2 cards and you cast them and they play."
And it
Yeah.
would be cool if it actually would fucking work.
If
but
it would
most
work.
of the time they don't work.
But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna try to make it fucking work. We're gonna
Yeah.
take these decks, and we want you guys to give us suggestions on this. Like, make this card combo off with this card. Fucking do it, and we'll try. We will do our best. We'll come up with what we can, and we will live in Magic Christmas Land for you guys.
And
We're
we have
doing
the
this
decks.
for you.
We have the decks to put it up against in standard too.
Yeah,
If
we do.
We've
Standard, and you know what? You can talk to us a little bit about Modern too.
We're
It
pretty
may-
close
it
on
may
some
take us-
really on some really. We've pretty much got Naya Burn completely built, and we've got Grixis.
And if we don't have the cards and you guys don't mind, we'll proxy them to play them. Like
Yeah.
just to play the game so you
Just
can
to
see
see.
what happens. Like I said, we're 2 just broke drunk guys that have real lives and real jobs and play Magic. So, you know, if we have to proxy the card, don't judge us for being broke, because we gotta buy this. And we're also
deal
gonna
with our
have,
brokenness. It's a coping agent.
Yeah.
To deal with the brokenness.
So we're also gonna have what we call extreme magic.
Extreme magic.
So we're gonna have there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 different types of extreme magic. We have drunk magic where we slam like a
But
whole.
this is okay. This is drunken commentary or a drunken video right now.
Yeah.
But extreme magic, you're talking about next level
Like,
slop.
we're gonna get okay. First,
We're gonna get to where we can't pronounce
let's
the words.
let's talk about the different ones. We're gonna have drunk magic, which means we basically kill as much liquor as we can, and then play a fucking game of Magic for you
And
guys.
we might even do like a take a shot when somebody attacks
yeah,
or
yeah,
something. You know, something
Oh god!
retarded.
Like every like 3 life you lose, take a
Oh
shot.
god. We'll do something like that.
Right.
If you guys have any suggestions,
take a shot per
let us know.
land drop. Every time
No,
you play a
that's
land,
bad.
take a shot.
Well, we already
Fuck.
do. We currently do the. Can I see that card?
Yeah.
Every time you ask
Every
to
time.
see,
Yeah, that's
if you're at my
okay.
house and you ask to see a card,
We had a buddy who, when we were teaching him how to play Magic, his favorite term was, "Can I see that card?" Every time you go to win the game, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if he's seen the card 100 times. His phrase was, "Can I see that card?" So we told him, if you have to ask to see a card, you have to take a shot,
Yeah.
and that became a rule of our house.
So then
If
it
you
was just
are,
like,
if you have to RTFC, you have to take a shot.
yeah.
So, we'll put that in there. If you have to read the card, you got to take a shot. If you play, we could come up with all sorts of stupid
Yeah.
rules. We could put it on the side saying like, hey, these are the rules for the night. Play a
Right.
land, take a shot.
If you say the word creature, you have to take a shot or something.
Loser finishes his beer. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
and we
let's-
got that one. Then we got we're gonna do horizontal magic. So
Alright.
if you normally play a game of magic like this, where you're putting your creatures or your lands, or if you're one of those assholes who play your lands in front,
Yeah.
then you know you're an asshole for doing that already.
You know who you are. You know who the fuck you are.
So if you're one of those, you're still playing horizontally.
So basically, you have your playmat like
I mean,
this.
Yeah.
Turn it like
So,
this.
Yeah. So,
And then you
so
have
we're
your-
gonna play a vertical game of magic.
Right. So we're basically playing a game from a side view, just to see if it fucks with us enough that it makes
Does it
makes it a
gonna
little
make some
harder
play
to play.
mistakes? It's gonna look kind of weird. We just want to check it out.
Right.
Maybe it'd be funny.
We also have over the phone. So I'll be at my house,
Blind magic.
and then blind. Well, blind will be a little different, because what I'm thinking, over the phone we can ask about what's on each other's battlefield.
Okay, blind. You can't see anything.
Yeah, blind will be in separate rooms with our board in front of us.
Oh, you know what we should do?
Hmm.
Back to back magic. Blind.
That's
Needs to be
that would be
back to back.
perfect. Blind magic. We can't
Like we
turn around.
We turn this way.
Yeah,
and you turn the other way,
Yeah,
we just play-
we
we just
face
play
away
this
from
way,
each
that.
other. So we're playing a game facing away from each other where we're not allowed to ask each other's board state.
Yeah.
We can't ask how many
It's
lands
all
do you
off
have.
memory.
You have to remember what your opponent has. And we're already going to be pretty inebriated when we start the game. So this is going to
Why
be
would that be a thing on this?
because
channel?
there's a bottle of liquor sitting right there.
Where?
Here. So what else we got? Goldfish. We're gonna get
Just do
extra
some
hammered
goldfish.
and just run through games. I don't think we need to
You
elaborate
guys
more
know
on that.
goldfish.
Speed magic. We're gonna get the little chess timer. And
Play real fast. Hit the
we
timer.
have okay.
Play
You
real
know
fast. Hit the timer.
you know how MTGO had you get 25 minutes. If you run your 25 minutes out, you lose.
That's it.
We're gonna do like 10 minutes. Drunk
Yeah.
as fuck.
We're gonna have to both be playing red decks or some stupid shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be really bad. It's gonna be like, untap, tap,
Yeah.
done. And then there's silent magic.
It's silent magic's gonna be funny.
Because we
And-
can't talk to you. Lose 5 life per word you say.
Yeah.
5 life. So we can't talk to each other. So you have to like make your opponent realize what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you can't make if your opponent thinks he's taking damage instead of killing a creature, you have to try to silently fix this.
Yeah.
So, but if you say anything, 5 life per word. 5 life per word. This is gonna be like probably the hardest one that we have. Back-to-back magic is gonna be bad.
It's gonna be
Blind
so
magic is
stupid.
gonna be horrible. But and then later on, as we continue to do this, we're gonna have old videos that we're eventually gonna bring up and attempt to get even drunker than we were and then just commentate on it.
Yeah.
Like games that we've played. Hell, we'll do. You know what? We should do a drunk commentary on this stream right here. Our very first real video that we put up.
We'll do that.
I'm already really, really drunk. So this one's gonna be me basically passed out.
I'm like, Steven,
What?
hang on. Remember this part?
But guys, this is what we're doing, and we really hope that you guys enjoyed this stream. If you do, if you don't, like, comment, share, subscribe, everything. We hope you guys love us. I'm fucking hammered. He drinks more than I do. He could probably handle it. Yeah, he's good. I mean, you just feed me alcohol and I talk, and I think we've got this.
Don't worry, we'll edit this.
So anyway, to anybody who watched this video, to Savannah Lion Games,
Savannah Lions,
to every stream we have after this, we hope to a beautiful future, and we hope you guys will listen to us. Thank you very much for watching us tonight. I'm Stephen Keller.
I'm Dustin Amber.
And this is Two Dudes MTG.
MCG.
You guys have a good night.